The writing of your Twitch profile can convey something so powerful that they want to rally behind you, or it can really have a negative effect on them and really have them revolted. So what can you do to make the perfect writing of a Twitch profile so that it can convey who you are as a writer? What up, writers, and welcome back to my channel where I teach you to embrace your wellbeing and evoke writing. And don't forget to stay until the end so that I can give you a really useful tip. So today we are going to continue with that series that I've been working on, which has to do with how to really write on any platform and how to really develop your influence as not really a writer, but this is going to help the non-writers out there who really use writing as something they think is important, and it can really help influence them in any platform and influence others. So I actually did talk about Twitch in my recent video, how to get big on Twitch as a writer. And if you're really not on Twitch, you are kind of missing a big opportunity here. Writing on Twitch is something that is almost under the radar on Twitch, and it helps. When you are a streamer, you are vocal, and it helps to vocalize your writing. And through that, it helps to show that you are an authority figure, because you can kind of emotionally connect with people through your voice and through your presence. And it just shows that you're more than a writer. You can speak, you can talk about things, you can talk about your beliefs, and you can really talk about your mission and what you stand for. And yes, we are not going to talk about, punctuation, grammar, how to have good spelling. We're writers here. We know about that stuff. But, please be sure that you have good grammar, you have good punctuation, you know how to use semicolons, commas, apostrophes, all of that, ellipsis. Just know how to use your words and know how to really put your words in a good manner, because it helps develop proof and it helps to show that you're serious and people will take you more seriously. And before we even talk about what you need to write on your profile, we need to be talking about the image. So the profile picture on your live streaming platform needs to show your face. And before you get scared, let me tell you why. Showing a character, showing a kind of a cartoon is not going to give you any justice. It's not going to give you any type of reciprocity, because studies have shown that if you show your face, the whites of your eyes actually instill trust. So you need to be showing your face on all these platforms and showing a profile picture of your face. Don't be using characters, don't be using all of that. Characters, yes, you can use characters, but don't use it as your profile pic. Don't make your face, don't make the face of your writing just a character. It has to show your face so that it can develop trust and kind of show people that you are kind of giving that eye-to-eye one-on-one connection here. And the next is, of course, the branding images. The branding images have to reflect who you are as a person. It's a physical representation of who your community is. And, it can be, it's not just colors, it's not just graphics, it's the physical representation. So what do you constantly do that is iconic? What do you do that just shows just who you are visually? Our cover art is actually our mission statement with my name on the bottom. And our mission statement is embrace your well-being and evoke writing. And what that basically means is you should embrace who you are, every aspect of who you are, and evoke that in your writing and show who you are, and just be a authentic writer and be yourself at all times. And of course, the branding images have to all be the same. Don't be changing stuff, because that's going to change, you're going to lose trust with people. So keep your branding the same and keep your imaging the same so that you're more iconic. So the first section is your About Me section. The About Me section is the prelude to your whole profile. You cannot mess this up, because if this messes up, you're messing your whole thing up, because this is the first thing people are going to see. And to start off, you need to start this section off with a story, a very strong story that scopes your writing. For example, my story is I was a very passionate medical student, and I had a supporter who supported me for a very long time. But he told me that I would never make it in medicine because of my race and dark skin color, and I would get checked by the FBI Watchlist. And I got into a really bad place, and then I found content and information that I used to help writers, because writing was something that I used for my whole life to help find who I was and help find my purpose in life. And that's what I do in my content. That's a story. Humans naturally resonate with narratives, beginning, middle, end. You need to be talking about every aspect of your life. If you want people to care about your goals, your mission, and just what you want to achieve through your writing, you need to talk about your beginning. You need to highlight your beginning. So through that beginning, people can resonate with that, and they can be like, oh my God, this story is it connects with me because I've been through that too. Like how I said about, I struggled with who I was, and having him give me that recognition that, who I was gonna fail as a person. That's why I make content to help people embrace who they are, because I didn't believe in myself, and he didn't believe in me because of who I was. So that's your story scopes the foundation for your whole writing career. So make sure you really get this story down and really make it hit hard, really nail this part. And if your story is really long, of course you can do the imaging. There's a feature where if you actually put your imagings, there's some images, and if you click on that image, it links out to another thing. So for example, you can put your about me page there, and you can put a picture of your face, and then just write down, say, click my face to learn my story. And it can like lead to a Google Doc, it can lead to a blog, it can lead to a Medium that goes over your full story so that people can get a full deal of what you're about and who you are. And that story has to emotionally connect to people. It needs to get as dark as you can with it, so you show your human story, your creation story. Speaking of features that we said, there's another feature called Markdown. Markdown is a feature where you can pop words out and you can make words more into a different form. You can make it bigger than it usually is. You can, put it on italics. You can just change the way it looks. This helps you to put emphasis on certain words, inflict an emotion, and kind of just make your writing more entertaining and more appealing to read. So Markdown is something you have to get into the practice of using within your Twitch profile. Section is your rules section, but actually a better alternative is a section called a beliefs section or a values section. Having beliefs is integral as a writer, as a online brand, because it shows people what you stand for and what you don't stand for. And standing for something is integral because it shows people what your idea of the finish line is. Because if there can be a bunch of writers that group together, but that doesn't mean they're gonna like each other. But if you have a bunch of writers that stand for POCs, that is extremely powerful. Not only does this help to show what you stand for so people can stand behind you and really take anything that you want to do and what you want to set forward, it also shows who you aren't for and who you don't cater to. And this is very important because you need to know who you're writing for and who you're not writing for, because you can't appeal to everyone. And through these beliefs, you can kind of get away with the rules section because you can just merely talk about what you're against, and what you're against, those are pretty much a rules section because it says the don'ts. It doesn't say the do's. The belief section show the do's and the don'ts of your stream and of your writing in your profile. Next section is your goals. The goals section is very important because it shows people what you want to achieve, what you want to set forward, and what you want to get done. And to have the goals really work, you have to have your beliefs section in check. When people believe in your mission and they believe in what you stand for and what you don't stand for, that's when goals truly start to get set on, and that's when goals start to get achieved, because they want to see you succeed, because they want you to leave a mark on the world that they believe in. So always set goals, because through those goals, your beliefs will kind of branch and kind of reflect those goals. The next section is the financial, tips, subs, all of that. The tips and sub buttons are stuff that you need to put kind of towards the bottom, because if you just put it towards the top, it's not really going to send a good message, because you might come off as you just are here for the money. So you need to put it towards the bottom, and don't really talk about how, I want this, to feed my family, to feed my needs, because people aren't going to want to support that. Sadly, you have to talk about what you're going to do to support the stream, to make the stream a better experience and make the stream a better experience for everyone else. And then the last one is the extra, organizations and people that you support. So you can put this towards the bottom. This, what I did, I put kind of 4 main actually around 6 main people that I really believe in, and I put them in my panels. I talked about them, I put images, and then I did images that linked to their other sources. This helps to show that you support other organizations, you support other causes, and it helps to show that this isn't just me. I have other causes that I want to support, and I want to give them a voice through my panels. So it's very important to show what you support and what you want to really get more attention and get more eyes from that panel. Like I said, I promised the last tip. This tip has nothing to do with the panels, actually. Drum roll, please. Boom, 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 boom. But it has to do with your titles. Your titles entices people to watch your stream. Come on. So to get an amazing title, you need to inflict an emotion. And through that title, it has to inflict a strong emotion at that, so that it entices them to watch. And also put questions in your title. Don't just put some random title, waffles or pancakes. It has to really give them a strong feeling of what they want to do in the world. What is your goals in life? What mark do you want to leave on the world? What is your favorite? What type of writing do you want to really put more attention into, so that you can really serve others? That's how your titles are going to get more attention, and it's going to help people to really click that stream and hopefully stay and hit that follow button and support you some more. Future Lucci here, and don't forget, don't use image panels. You need to be conclusive to the visually impaired community. Also, the links, when you put links for people to go to, I recommend it being kind of a bit of a story. Don't just have a section and just put, here are my links and the reasons. I feel like that's not really, it doesn't really entice them to really go to the next page. So I feel like you should put in a story. For example, on your About Me section, you can say, after what I've been through, I decided to start a YouTube and a Discord and put it throughout. Don't just have one section that shows all your links. It just looks kind of sloppy and lazy. Put it throughout the story so that people are enticed and they feel like they're in it to engage. I told you Twitch requires a lot of writing, so titles and panels, those are the things you really need to put effort in, because we're writers and we have to show that our writing has something to give to the world, and we are more than writers. We have to vocalize vocalize who we are and vocalize our writings, and streams are the best way to do that. But if you are new, please be sure to join our Discord. It's down in the description box below, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you can get some videos a few times a week on how to embrace your well-being and evoke writing. And don't forget to click the next video to keep on learning, and I'll see you in the next one.